This video is to help you out with day 9 of our math. We're basically learning about a new concept or a new vocabulary word called polynomial. And your focus for the lesson on day 9 is to figure out what these different expressions are named. So they all have like a special name, and your job is just to figure out what their name is based on how many terms they have. So a little review. Terms are, it can be a number and a variable together. It can be just a number by itself. It can be just a variable by itself. But basically terms are separated by a plus sign or a minus sign. So if we look at this example here, if you want to know how many terms there are, we can just highlight them. And again, they're separated by the plus or minus sign. And you want to include the symbol that's right in front. So I included that negative symbol or minus symbol right in front of the 3. Okay, so again, just as a review, here in this expression, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Okay, so now we'll take a look at the number of terms in each of these expressions, and then I'll go over what their names would be. So in this first expression, we just have a 3xy. There's no plus or minus sign anywhere in here, so we only have one term. So our number of terms would be just 1, and the special name we'd use for that type of expression would be a monomial. Then if we look at the second example, we have a 5, and then we have a plus sign, so plus 6a squared. Okay, so I'd highlight all of this together. And because we know that terms are separated by a plus or minus sign, this shows that we have 1, 2 terms. And the special name for an expression with 2 terms is binomial. Okay. In our next example, we have negative 4n plus 2p plus pn. Okay. Again, we'll go and highlight the different terms there. Notice how this has a negative in front, so I want to make sure that I include the negative with it. Okay, we're always including the symbol that's right in front. So plus 2p, and then plus pn. Okay. Number of terms in this expression, 1, 2, 3. And that has a special name that's called trinomial. Okay. For our last example, again, we'll just count the terms. Notice how with this work for day 9, it doesn't even really matter what the variables are. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. All we're doing is counting the number of terms, or counting how many things are separated by a plus or minus sign. So here, this is one term. This is another term. This is another term. And then we have this other term last. Okay. So if we go and count these, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Okay. For this type of example, anytime we have 4 or more, so it could be 5 terms, 6 terms, 12 terms, we just stick with a general name and we just call it a polynomial. Okay, so again, for day 9, all you're doing is you're telling me what the name of each expression would be on that worksheet. I also did mention this in the directions, but I'll mention it again. I know it's really hard to write on the screen with your finger, so you don't have to write the whole word out. If you just give me the beginning part, like mono, bi, tri, or poly, if you just give me that beginning part, I'll know what you mean, and then I'll just be able to know if you understand the concept or not. Okay? Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm here.